Coach, how much do you guys draw on being down 3-1 last year? Does it apply to this series? And was there ever a moment where doubt creeps in? Obviously being 2 minutes away in Game 5 from being eliminated.
I mean, I'm not sure you can make it that complex. I mean, we're taking it one game at a time. Game 5, we found a way to win. Game 6, definitely our goaltender was the difference. We had a real strong first period, but they had a tremendous push. And tonight it was hard-fought game. Two teams that were separated by a lot. Game 7, overtime. We were able to find one.
You don't like to talk about last year's team a whole lot, but you guys obviously have a pretty impressive record in these elimination games, facing elimination. What makes your team so difficult to eliminate?
I just think our guys just stay in the moment, stay in the present, focus on what needs to be done, and they go out and play, and they have fun doing it.
What does that say, though, I guess, about the leadership of this team, that you guys have been able to kind of retain focus and respond in adverse situations?
I've only been here, it's my second year. I've gotten to know the guys obviously quite a bit. Very mature group that is task-oriented, and they want to win, and they're very coachable, and they just want to win.
When you talk about that, you go into the locker room at the end of regulation, coming up for overtime down to 5D.
Do you want to know what they said?
No, but you're down 5D. So,
I mean, when you're Game 7, you're going in overtime, you're down 5D, sometimes you shorten up the bench. You got to find a way, and our guys found a way. That's all.
Was it only fitting that this series, with how close it was going to end in overtime?
Well, there's so little separating both teams, and it was a very competitive series. Both teams had their top players playing well, and it was a lot of fun.
When you said your goaltender made the difference in Game 6, can you just describe what you thought of that stretch early in overtime and how Henrik stood up through that?
Well, I think part of that stretch wouldn't have happened. They broke Dom's stick. That's a penalty in normal circumstances. I get it. I get that it's overtime. But the guy stuck with it. I mean, there was 2 shifts there where they got extended time in our end, and we got a couple of good saves, and we were able to make them pay later on.
This is the first Game 7 overtime for this team since 1994. Can you describe what it's like coaching a game like
this? You tell your players to focus on their job and what they need to do, and you're doing the same thing. I mean, there was a lot of atmosphere. There was obviously a tense moment, but guys just played, and probably more stressful for the fans and watching the game than it is for us. We're just going out and just trying to play.
Do you have any update on Dan Wood?
Seemed fine when I saw him after. I'll know more tomorrow.
Would you think of the hit? What do you think of the hit?
I haven't seen the replay, so I couldn't comment on
Yeah, they don't see Barella.
it. He's coming along.
Alain, how about the play of your captain tonight?
Played outstanding. Big minutes against world-class player. And other than, obviously scored a goal and he got beat on that one there, but other than that, he played tremendous.
How proud are you of this group for coming back the way that they did?
I expect this group to win, and even though we were behind, I thought we were playing good hockey. It was a matter of staying with the process, and that's what we did.
Did you have to say much?
Did I have to say much?
To the guys, I mean, being down 3-1, just all the veterans in the room, do you have to say much as a coach?
Very professional group.
You said the other day that Don Moore is a guy who elevates his game in the playoffs. You see him improving game.
He played extremely well tonight. That line had some quality time in their end, and they got some good looks. I really liked how they played and how he played.
First goal is Miller to Hayes. Can you just talk about how big the impact the young guys have had, and how much have Miller and Hayes and then some of these young guys matured from their team this whole year?
Well, this group, like we mentioned a few times, I mean, it's a different team than last year's team. What it's got is a couple young players coming in, stepping in and playing well, from JT to Kevin to obviously Quickie was a real big part of this series by the way you played.
Coach, it seems that
This is the last one here. I'm not my counterpart here.
Coach, it seems like eons ago that you played the season series with Tampa Bay. You got it wrapped up in December. Is it possible you could conceivably approach this series as if you teams had never played at all?
Like you just mentioned, we played Tampa a long time ago. So I'm going to take tonight to soak this in, and I'm going to start getting ready probably tomorrow morning on that. Thanks, guys.